I wish that they would just say, oops, never mind, we were just kidding. We're not going to charge you to park here. Hey everybody, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I have another Disney video for you guys, and you guys know if you've watched me for a while that I love Disney. Like, I am hardcore Disney, like crazy. I love Disney. I think about it every day. I would go every single month if I could. I would stay longer when we go on vacation if I could. You know, all these things. I don't know. There are no words for how much I love Disney. But there's a few things that have changed over the years that I thought it would be kind of interesting to share with you guys. Some things that Disney has changed that I don't like. Now, I'm also going to try to balance out what I don't like with some positives, some things that Disney has changed that I do really like. So I thought it'd just be really a fun kind of video to share with you guys, to let you know a little bit of some things that you may have not known that have been changed at Disney, since maybe you haven't been there in a couple years, or you haven't been there at all and you're really curious to see what's changed. And then you may also be curious to know what my favorite changes that they have made are. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. And I'm going to start out with the biggest negative that I have of all of the negatives, and it's a big one. If you stay on Disney property now at any of their Disney resorts, they are charging now per night to park at the resort. I personally have a big problem with this because I really love staying on Disney property. I think it's almost as much of the trip to me as the actual theme parks. I love the resorts. I love staying at the same one every time. I love how comfortable it feels. They do such a good job with their theming and their restaurants and everything. I love it. And they, Disney's not cheap. They definitely are not a vacation that everybody can go on. They're definitely not a place that people can go every year. It really depends on everybody's finances. And I know some people say, they've never been because they can't afford it. It's really expensive. And I just honestly don't feel like it's very fair to the families that are trying to take their kids and trying to go on these experiences and have these great vacations, that they're going to add that extra amount of money on to a trip that's already expensive just to park. I don't really know the method or the reasoning behind it. I know that Universal does something similar, so maybe they're trying to keep up with Universal. But that's why I like Disney, because they're not Universal. They march to their own drummer. They make the rules. They should not really go along with what other people are doing just to be competitive or whatever the reason is. So big problem. I hate it. Is it going to keep me from going? No. But over the course of a 9-10 night stay, even a 7 or 6 night stay, it's enough to be an extra day of resort room, probably. It's going to be several $100s just to pay to park at the resort. So I think it's a big problem. I don't really understand it, and I wish that they would just say, oops, never mind, we were just kidding, we're not going to charge you to park here. But for now, that's what they're doing, so it definitely is an added expense that you're going to have to factor in when you get down to Disney and you're staying at your resort. You will have to pay that parking fee when you check out from your resort. Another change at Disney that I've noticed in recent years that I don't like, and I don't know whose decision this was, but we love Rainforest Cafe. It is a tropical rainforest themed restaurant. They have one at Animal Kingdom and they have one at Disney Springs. It's one of our, if not our favorite restaurant on the entire property. It is my oldest daughter's favorite for sure. And we go there at least 3, 4, 5 times over the course of a week or week and a half when we go on vacation. We love Rainforest. And one thing I've noticed in the last year especially, they have been playing modern, like current radio music in the restaurant. Used to, they had kind of a tribal, instrumental, kind of drumming music that meshed and made a lot more sense with the tropical rainforest theme than Bruno Mars. I just don't get it, but I don't like it. When I'm on vacation and I'm at Disney, I want to be in a Disney bubble. I don't want to hear outside music that I could hear on the radio and be reminded that the real world is out there. I think that's one of the benefits of a vacation, especially a Disney vacation, because you can kind of get immersed in this like snow globe effect where you're in this Disney bubble and the outside world doesn't exist. So it's a silly thing, but I really don't like it. And I wish they would go back to the regular music that they used to have, which was just instrumental kind of music that made more sense, I feel like, with the Rainforest Cafe theme. The third change at Disney that I don't like is the bird show at Animal Kingdom. We always loved the bird show. I think it's called Flight of Wonder. It was like a open air, well, there's a tent, but you're still outside bird show. at Animal Kingdom, and they had these adorable birds and this funny guy that would come out and do this little skit, and there was another guy out there that was actually telling you like information about the birds and the bald eagle and all these different things. And it was a great show. We loved that show. We would see it sometimes multiple times on a trip just because we loved it so much, and the birds would always do different things, or they would have different birds out there. So when I heard they were changing the theming of the show at Animal Kingdom, I thought, well, you know, I'm sure they'll still do something really good. And honestly, it was really, really boring. They have it way more themed now to the Up movie. So there's like a girl there that's supposed to be talking to the wilderness explorers. There was less birds in the show. There was a lot less bird tricks in the show. There was a lot less education about the birds in the show. It was really this girl just dancing around. I don't know. I don't really understand it. It didn't make much sense to me. I was actually bored. I've never been bored at a Disney show before, but we were all bored. Me, my husband, and my 2 girls were really, really disappointed with the show and what they did to change it. And I don't mind changing the show. Like, if they want to change the show, that's fine. But I feel like the change went in the wrong direction. And it's really sad because that was probably... not probably, I guess it is my favorite, was my favorite show on Disney property at any of the 4 parks. It was my favorite show. And I just really hate to see what they have changed it to because it was not very good at all. And I don't know, maybe they'll change it, like continue to improve it as time goes on. But if you like the Flights of Wonder show and then now you go to see this one, you're going to be very disappointed, I'm afraid. So it's a change in the wrong direction. Hopefully they can fix it and save it and make it back to the way that it used to be, or at least the quality that it used to be. But in the meantime, my husband said, he's like, I'm not ever going to see that show again because it is just so boring. So I don't know, it was disappointing. My 4th Disney change that I don't like, and this is a change that's been for many, many years now, but when we first got the dining plan, it was the very first time we ever got it, was probably back in 2007 or 2008. So this has been a long time, but the first year we went, we got the Disney dining plan and the tip was included in the dining plan, which was the best thing ever. It was nice when it was included in the dining plan because then I didn't have to worry about saving any extra money for dining because the tip was already included. So that's just something I miss. I don't think it'll ever go back that way because obviously the tip hasn't been included in the dining plan for years, like 10 years now or something. But it was such a nice thing that I really do miss. I wish they would get it back, but I don't have very high hopes for that. Okay, so enough of the negative. Get that out of the way. I have 4 positives, some Disney changes they have made over the last couple years that I really, really love. And the first thing is that Animal Kingdom is now open at night. Used to until like the last year or 2, it's been really recent that they just started opening or leaving Animal Kingdom open at night. Used to it would close 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Every single day. They never stayed open late. They were never open at dark. And when I heard that they were going to start staying open late, I was really, really excited because Animal Kingdom is one of our favorite parks, if not our favorite park. And it's a really hot park. You know, there's a lot of animals. You're walking around a lot outside. And so I always thought, man, it would be nice if I could stay here at night when the sun goes down and it's cooler. And so they have done that now the last couple years. They have been staying open at night, and it really is so, so nice to be there all day long, even into the night. And now they have the Rivers of Light night show, which is like a light water show. They have the nighttime safari ride, so you can go and see the animals at night. Pandora is a great thing to do, obviously, at night because there are some magical glowy things. I don't want to tell you too much and ruin it if you haven't been there. But definitely something that you would need to be there in the dark to experience, and so that's amazing. So I really, really love that Animal Kingdom is open later now because I love staying there all day long until nighttime, and I think it's a great thing that they have changed. Another Disney change that I love is the ability to opt out of housekeeping. I actually talked about this after we got back from our most recent trip to Disney in May. I don't know, some people have said that it wasn't available at their resort. Some people say it's available at every resort. So definitely check with your resort to see if they are participating in the opting out of housekeeping option. But for us, Riverside was participating and we opted out of housekeeping. We actually got a Disney gift card in exchange for opting out of housekeeping, and I have a whole video about that if you want to see it. I'll link it for you guys up there and then also in the description box because I share with you guys how it works and kind of our experience and what suggestions I would have to make it a better program. But I think the program itself is it's a great idea. I think it's a great option to give guests, and especially going back to that first negative about having to pay to park. if you opt out of housekeeping and you get that gift card, it helps a little bit to offset the costs that you're having to pay to park if you get a little bit of money back in a Disney gift card for opting out of housekeeping. It's a little bit of a give and take there, but at least it's a nice option for you, and I think it's a good change. I think it's a great idea, and I really, really like that. Another change that's happening at the resorts that I like, which I didn't think I was gonna like, is actually the dispensers, the lotion, shampoo, conditioner, body wash dispenser. At first when I heard about this, I was like, ew, I don't want to use the same soap dispenser in my shower that somebody else has used, but really, it makes it a lot nicer because, you know, you'd go to Disney and you'd get the little tiny bottle of lotion, the little tiny shampoo and conditioner and body wash. And it was nice, and of course I would take a couple of those bottles home. I'm not going to say I didn't, but I would take them home. But it was annoying because they would run out really quickly, especially with 4 people using them. They were always falling all over the shower. There was never enough in there for more than 1 or 2 showers, and you'd have to go get another one. And so now, I don't know if it's in all of the Disney resorts. I know that the room we stayed at Riverside, they were in there, and I don't know what other ones they're going in right now. But as far as I understand, it's going to be something that eventually all the resorts will have, at least from what I've heard. So it's really nice to have that in there. It's just really convenient. And as I said, I didn't think I was going to like it. I really thought I'm going to miss my little bottles, but I really don't. I think it's a great idea, and it does save on waste of people just throwing the bottles away. It really does save on waste. So I think it's a great idea. It's a great change, and I really do like it. And the last change that Disney has done that I really, really like is all of the additions that they're doing to Hollywood Studios. Atmosphere-wise, Hollywood Studios is my favorite park. I really love old Hollywood. I love movies, and I love like the feel and nostalgia that that park has. I love the 40s kind of music they play. I love the neon lights and the vintage, you know, looking like Art Deco decor they have all over the park. I really, really love that. But over the last even 10 years, I mean, when they took away Catastrophe Canyon, they took away the stunt car show. There were so many things that I felt like that park was having less and less things to do. It was to the point where we really wouldn't even spend all day at Hollywood Studios because there wasn't enough to do. So I think it's really, really great that Disney is spending all of this time and effort and money to amp up that park. And they just added Toy Story Land. It's been in the works for a while. It actually opened up in June 2018. So it opened the month after we left. So we're not going to get to see it again until our next trip. But I'm really, really excited that it's there because, as I said, I really feel like Hollywood Studios especially needed more rides and more experiences and more things to do and more restaurants. So I'm really excited about Toy Story Land. I know they've got Star Wars Land opening up, I believe, in 2019. So that's really exciting, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, just to have, you know, additional rides and theming and an extra part of the park to go to. So I'm really, really excited about the changes that are happening as far as growing Hollywood Studios in particular. I know there's some other changes happening at Epcot and different places like that, but Hollywood Studios in particular, I feel like was in a very drastic need of some new rides and some new updated things to do. And so I'm really excited to see that they are making those changes, and they have already made some of those changes with Toy Story Land. So I'm really, really excited about that. So those are my things I don't like that Disney has changed, and my things that I do like that Disney has changed. You guys let me know in the comments, is there anything that Disney has changed that you wish they would not change, or you miss the old way they used to do it? Or are there changes that they have made that you really like? You know, like the opting out of housekeeping. I think that's a great change. So I would really be interested to know if you guys want to leave in the comments any changes they've made that you guys like or don't like. And make sure you check out my Disney playlist. Every single Disney video I've ever made about saving money on Disney vacations or how to plan a Disney vacation, all of that stuff is in that Disney playlist if you're interested. So I will have it linked for you guys in the description box. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. If you want to see 2 of my older videos, you can click the links right here. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, and you definitely should, you can click right here. I upload every single week. I have some links in the description box for some of my favorite stores and products, as well as my P.O. Box address. Check out those links if you're interested in those, and I will see you guys in the next video.